And a very good morning to you. It is Tuesday morning, the 14th of June, the year 2022, and this is your friend, Angus Buchan, with a thought for the day. If we go to the Old Testament, to the first book of Samuel, chapter 24 and verse 10, I will not stretch out my hand against my Lord, for he is the Lord's anointed. Now remember, this is the story when King Saul was trying to kill David. And David had an opportunity to kill him in the cave. But he let him leave the cave and he cut off the corner of his robe. And when King Saul was down the hill, he shouted out to him, "Look what I've got. I could have killed you, but I didn't, because I know that I may not touch God's anointed." And remember the sad story? Eventually, King Saul actually committed suicide. That was all because of jealousy. I want to say to you today that we are not permitted to touch God's anointed. Now, there may be some occasions where you feel it is totally unjust that that person goes unpunished. Now, obviously, we've got to do what the Lord tells us. If somebody has committed a crime, they need to be reported. We've got to do it according to the government procedure. But when it comes to touching God's anointed, God himself will deal with that person just like he did with King Saul. What we have to do is to pray for those who have fallen. You know, every time I hear a man or woman of God that has been used mightily by God falls into sin, maybe putting their fingers in the till, maybe committing adultery, maybe getting involved with the whole power thing, and they fall, it makes me extremely sad, because none of them started that way. They started really meaning well, just like King Saul did. He was a very humble man. He was head and shoulders above any other man in Israel. He didn't even want to be king initially, but then he fell. We need to pray for our leaders. I'm talking Christian leaders particularly. We need to pray that God will keep them safe and keep them accountable. The danger is when men and women get separated and they have no one to stand with them. I praise God that I have 4 trustees, and these men hold me accountable. I have to tell them exactly what I'm doing, where I'm going, and where I'm not going. And it gives me a tremendous sense of security. I want to encourage you to do the same. Get men or women around you that can advise you in your day-to-day living. That will keep you safe. Jesus bless you and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.